I'm Nisa Harrison, and I am a debate-inspired classroom teacher. I teach pre-calculus currently at the O'Brien School of Mathematics in Roxbury, and I've been teaching 20 plus years. I've been affiliated with BDL for approximately 5 years. My first impression of BDL was when I took their grad class one summer about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was 1 week, 8 to 4. It was suggested by the principal at the school I was at the time, and I could not even contain myself. It was just a new approach, a different approach to teaching, and it encompassed a lot of what I like to do with students, but you had activities that were structured and you can use in different ways, and you can do it with math, and I never imagined debate in math, maybe argue whether your answer is right or wrong, but with math, what I teach, there's really no room for debate. But yeah, when I took that first grad class, it was eye-opening. To incorporate any activity in a math class where you need to be on pace with the curriculum is difficult. With debate-inspired activities, you can incorporate certain activities at certain times. So like if you're reviewing work, you can incorporate the carousel. The only sort of difficult piece to that is that you're sort of training students to think a different way or to do something different that they're not used to. So that means that's time, and then for me as a teacher, that would be where the difficulty lies. But even with difficulties, what makes me keep going in a debate-inspired classroom is that the activities work. Once the students begin to understand the culture and they begin to understand sort of what to expect, it offers just a different way of looking at the curriculum, whether it be reviewing or whether it be introducing something, or whether it be thinking about mistakes, or whether it be thinking about strategies. To use those activities means that the students get more out of the curriculum. There's a math practice called critiquing the reasoning of others. They came out with the Common Core, there's 8 of them. And so what is made possible through the debate-inspired classroom is that they can critique the reasoning of others, they can critique strategies, they can critique students' answers. And 3 of the common activities that I do use frequently engages students where they have to think critically about what the other person is saying, or even what they're saying or writing, and to be confronted with it in a safe space. So the activities in itself just allows that kind of discourse to happen. So I really like the carousel because it gets students up out of the seat. They have to move around. They have to look at what the other group or team or person wrote from one sort of board to the next. And students gathering around, in teams of 2 or 3. It's different when they're doing a worksheet or just they're taking notes, right? When they're up at the board, it's completely organic in that whatever you put on the paper, someone is coming to adjust or talk about or think about or write about. And so the only prep that I'm doing is providing the questions or the problems for them to critique. And so everything else is organic, everything else is them. And to me, when I see that kind of thing happening for those 10 or 15 minutes, there's the excitement about learning, about doing math, that pops up when they do that. The change or the growth for me is understanding that there's more that I can do and there's more that I need to do, but growing and changing from sort of a typical way of thinking or presenting material to students to what I do now, which it can be varied and it can engage students in a different way. I think that's my growth. And so last summer, BDL had a grad course specific to using Zoom and using debate-inspired activities through Zoom. And when I create the slides, like I'm creating Google Slides, well, it's almost like they have to go through the slides as if they were walking around a classroom. And I like that because it's in real time, everyone has to participate, something has to be written, I have to see it, but beyond that, students have something to say. So my litmus test for engagement is that they are actually engaging with the slides. And so I can't remember where I'm going to a group and saying, hey, why didn't you write something? So I most often will see some kind of completed product. And I took the inspiration from debate.